3, as well as on the People's Network, People's Television Network. Your starters on your screens right now.
4, 3, you know the rest.
Referee Kanya throws it up, and we are underway in the last game of the Northern Conference as the jump shots on the corner. Castillo, eager to get started well, knocks in the first basket of the game.
You know, sir, talk about eagerness. Ito yung sinasabi natin, when you have all those extra energy at the start of every ball game, you would like to put it down on the floor.
And we've seen in the past, in the course of the conference finals, how important that has been. Romel Aduco with his first strong move to the basket, through double coverage, but ends up being fouled. They charge it to Benedicto, so Romel will shoot for the line for a pair of charities.
2 free throws for
Aduco taking care of the first. Aduco averaging 61% from the free throw line in the course of the 4 games of this series. And Castillo stares the rebound. 2-1 game. Opening quarter. Here's Ravenna wiggling inside the box. May have been fouled there by Camacho, no call. Here's Alex Hunton, touch pass to De La Rosa. Just too close, and Romel Aduco to the rescue.
We'll talk about quickness off the bat at makikita natin yung dalawang koponan. They'd like to establish their game here at the very start of the first quarter. At yung sinasabi natin makakauna.
Pia Gonzalez will keep us posted about the Manila Metro Stars. Here's her first report. Pia?
Then the Metro Stars may have won yesterday, but they're still in exactly the same position today. It is still do or die. With yesterday's game, they won. They do not want to miss with success, so very few adjustments have been made to their game plan. In fact, they want to do everything the same way. The coaching staff is wearing the same shirts. Even the team owners are wearing exactly the same outfits. They ate exactly the same thing before the game. Kaya't mamaya makita natin kung nagpalaba talaga ng t-shirt itong mga coaching staff nila. The only difference is Peter Martin is still hurting, and so it is really doubtful whether they will be using him today. And I think they are a little bit more relaxed. They are smiling a bit more despite the fact that they want this game even more today. Seb, Danny,
Thanks a lot, Tia, because they're back at home. But alam ko kung sino naglalaba dyan sa team na yan. It is Boise Summer, no doubt about it. Aduco!
And Romel is starting it very strong for the Manila Metro Stars, now tallying 5 points.
Which in fact are all of the points of Manila as of now. Castillo's drive to the hoop, through a foul. Camacho already in the starting lineup because of the injury to Peter Martin. To present to us the views, the inside happenings on the Pasig side of the floor, we've got Alex Santos.
Yes, maraming salamat, Seb. Well, as far as the Pirates are concerned, well, this will be their final exam. Kung kanina nga, ginawa nila kanina, oral recitation sila lahat to refresh their minds kung anong dapat nilang gawin dito sa laban na ito. At napakasaya doon sa loob ng dugout nila. Biruin mo mga anak nila, mga asawa, ay nagbigay ng kanilang mga mensahe, written in a posters, where, para mabigyan sila ng support at lakas para dito sa laban na ito. As for the rumored misunderstanding between the coaching staff and Luel Briones, well, Pasig management belies that report. At sabi nga nila, walang katotohanan nito. Assistant Coach Coy Banal says, kung meron man, malamang naayos na ito in the spirit of friendship at maging focus sila dito sa knockout game. Sa Dan, back you.
Thank you very much, Professor Alex Santos. Referee Contreras says no, sir. Pushing foul, loose ball variety. And that's going to be the second on Aduco.
Well, this is where the problem lies for the Manila Metro Stars. Dahil kahapon, Seb, etong si Romel Aduco, maagang nalagay yung sarili niya sa foul trouble. And you want to do away with that because itong si Don Camacho hindi pa nag-iinit.
Here's Ravenna along the baseline. Double team on him outside top of the key. Guzman launches. Guzman has just been playing so well here in the playoffs of the MBA.
That's true. At ito si Jonathan de Guzman. Every time nilalagay nila itong si Alex Compton kay Bong Ravenna, gusto nila mas mabilis. Kung magkaroon man ng double team, and Ruben De La Rosa was just late for that shot by de Guzman.
Camacho charging through, riding piggyback, and oh. Well, Santa Claus has his reindeers, and maybe Dimape has that particular ride. In the meantime, check out first this first strong move, all 45 strong move. And By the way, as you probably read in your favorite newspapers, we already have one team that's going into the finals, one contender, and that's Cebu. They won against Iloilo to finally end that series. Finally, Cebu is showing that they can win on the road as well.
And did you know that Cebu is the only team that entered into the conference or to the national finals na hindi sila division champions?
Okay, that's true. But they do, in a way, overachieve because last year they had a chance against Negros and they failed to do so. And despite the fact they were ahead 3-1, De Guzman, what a way to start the ball game.
Yan ang magiging problema ngayon sa Manila Metro Stars dahil ito si Jonathan De Guzman. Ang kumukuha sa kanya si De La Rosa and mabilis ito si Jonathan De Guzman.
Just better moves, quicker moves on the part of De Guzman as Demape tries to wiggle out of some defensive trouble. Thompson with a suicidal drive. He's all right. And referee Contreras calls it against Manila. Alam mo, from the referee's perspective kasi, napaka-tempting tawagan ng Manila kasi the way they box out, talagang physical talaga eh.
At kailangan mo maging physical in a championship game like this.
Yes, indeed it is a championship game. In any event, no matter what happens here, we'll take a 1-week rest and start the finals on Saturday, the 27th. Of course, our production team in the South has had to travel since yesterday over to Cebu. And here's Demape trying to set up the table. It's an 8-5 game. Pasig is in front. 8:37 remaining, opening quarter. Penetration by De La Rosa. Adugol. Follow-up. Yes, Camaso.
You know, the second chance points of Manila in yesterday's game also helped them a lot. At dito sa umpisa ng ating laro, nandito si Don Camaso. And the importance of gang rebounding, very imminent in that bit of action.
Yes. Pressure by Manila, which has been a trademark of their game. Oh, but Pasig learning how to break that press, which was so useful despite the fact that Manila lost in game number 3 kasi nakahabol ang Manila nung game 3 na yon.
Oh, kita-kita mo naman dun sa press break nila. They have to attack the basket, no? They did not dribble. Hinahanap kagad nila kung sino libre.
Yes, indeed. And they were constantly on the move. Kasi pag tumigil ka dyan, diyan ka kakainin ng depensa. Camaso. Oh, hang time for Camaso. But he was able to collect the foul in the effort. Benedicto will collect foul number 2. First edition of our DHL assist, and this is what Danny Francisco was discussing just a moment ago. The ability to break that press. And Camaso is on the line. Alam mo, Danny, no? You've been in a championship game like this. You can see the pressure. You can actually touch it. You can actually feel it. I'm sure. And these players will better not lie to me. Hindi nakatulog kagabi ang mga yan.
Sigurado yan.
Tingin ka ng tingin sa kisame sa dingding yan. Mga misis niyan, bakit hindi ka natutulog? Ravena! Demape blocks the rebound, and here's the break. The bust out by Manila. Demape dish off. De La Rosa stops, changes direction, and scores cleanly. We're tied. Ravena slithers through the defensive web. Castillo, ang bilis ng pace ng game kagad, Danny, ano?
Eh, yung dalawang kobanan gusto talaga magtakbuhan. Makauna man lang.
A good slide through by Benedicto. It's just that there was a last line of defense and he ended up empty-handed. Alex Compton, no look. Romel, good time. 7 points by the big man, pushing Manila in front, 12-10. Second or third taste of the lead by Manila. De Guzman in traffic, looks for an open man. Castillo is there. Pops from 17. No.
And clearly Manila controlling the boards.
Demape looks like he is the one playing point here this afternoon. Alex has really not brought up the ball all that much. Yun naman ang versatility ni Compton. Demape's layup refuses to crawl up. Otto. Yes, they'll count.
2 points
Look like traveling, but it wasn't.
Yeah, 2 points for Mike Otto. Alam mo ito si Mike Otto kahapon naman. Pagka-umpisa ng laro, siya yung nag-start para sa Pasig Rizal Pirates. He strung up 8 quick points in the first quarter and then wala na towards the end.
Ball is outside. We'll go to Pasig. Check out first this very fine DHL assist, which is our second offering for you here today. We'll take our first break. First time out of the game. Stay with us, please. We're tied.
Ang bateryang pangmatagalan.
Midway point of the first quarter. We're all sewn up together at 12 apiece, that is. Cadena. There's no foul called, and the ball rolls off a Pirate, and it'll go the other way.
You know, one thing that the Pirates must also consider is that although itong si Romela Ducol is carrying 2 fouls, you do not want to just try to force the issue, trying to fish for that third foul of Romela Ducol.
Yes.
You just have to play your game. And when you attack the basket, kalimutan mo na si Romela nasa harapan mo. Yung intention mo, ma-shoot yung bola because Pasig has gotten to 4 turnovers right now, which has been translated into 8 turnover points by Manila.
Oh, great pass. You better rewind the tape in the truck because that's another fine DHL assist. And so many great assists by Manila so far. Better floor performance in terms of their passing. Here's Castillo. Kicks it away. Oh, 2 turnovers back-to-back. Look at this, Romela Ducol. Yan ang gusto ko kay Director Alneri. Request mo. Granted. Hindi pa kumakain ng merienda yan. 5:34 to go. We're in the first quarter. Oh, aga-aga naman nagkakantsawan doon sa taas. Iniisip lang kung sino yung sasayaw mamaya sa timeout. Ayan, ha? Because we do have some very faithful Pasig fans who have gone all the way from Pasig to join us here on the Mail and More. So Iloilo also with a very gutsy season. They went, I think, like Mr. Robert Pocket was telling us, Aeroplano, they are really pleased with the way their season has gone. From a team that was almost dead last year to a contender for the Southern title. That's a big development.
And for them to win the Visayas Championship,
that's even more.
Division Championship, malaking bagay yun.
Manila beginning to ooze with confidence here. They are ahead by 4. 5:25 to go. They collect Magat's first personal foul and the 4th on Pasig.
Ang luwag ng ilalim, nalate itong si Sonny Cabato at saka si Gilbert Castillo trying to help Jay Magat.
And sensing na maluwag na yung ilalim, they quickly dispatch the veteran Guido Babilonia.
You know, para sa Manila Metro Stars, they're trying to look for a spread-out offense, no? Just to be able to operate inside should Gilbert Demape attack the basket. At ang magkagandahan naman ito, aside from the fact na buka yung kanilang offense, lahat sila gumagalaw.
That's true. In terms of their spacing and their movement, creating all those openings, those opportunities. Look at the press of Manila. Here's John Dumont. Dumont against Compton. Cabato! No. It's a foul before the shot. And Camaso ends up with a foul. No, they give it to Compton. First on Compton. Team foul count. Manila has now been charged with 5 possible winners in our Hardyflex King of the Boards race. However, Cabato misses the opportunity. Camaso on the baseline.
So the ball will stay with the Pasig Rizal Pirates.
Oh, kala ko Star Cinema na artista eh. Baka ganun si Chucho Serrano. I miss that guy on the floor. No, I'm sure the Manila Metro Stars miss him as well because they've had to fill up the gap that he has left because of the injuries nursing. In the meantime, Babilonia spinning around on the floor like a top. Here's Demape moving gracefully. Demape with that stutter move of his penetration.
You know, Manila is just losing with confidence. Sinabi mo nga yan. Seb, they now raise to a 7-point lead, 19-12. Itong Pasig Rizal Pirates, parang pinipilit nila yung kanilang inside game. De Guzman, who's out of the floor right now, has been hitting it for the Pasig Rizal Pirates, pero ito, wala.
Magat's runner. Does it break the drought? No, it does not. Babylonia trying to wiggle out of trouble. People calling for a traveling violation. It's not so. Kasi kailangan tingnan mo just sa traveling. Escapado drives. It's a foul and a double. You have to see the pivot foot, but going ahead of the story here, as we'd like to check with Alex Santos on the mood on the Pasig side of the floor.
Yes, kung mapapansin ninyo, Danny, at napalitan na itong 4 sa first five ni Coach Banal. Well, number one reason ay pagod na kagad itong sila Jonathan De Guzman dahil sa napakabilis ang laban nila ngayon. At number two, ako mismo nakapansin ito, nagkaroon kagad ng samaan ng loob itong si Patrick Benedicto and also Gilbert Castillo kanina dahil hindi nabigay ni Gilbert Castillo yung bola sa kanya kagad dahil itong si Patrick nakaungmang na yung kanyang tirada para sa 3. Ito, nag-aalit kagad si Patrick at naayos naman to dahil pumasok agad dito si Manong Cabato just to resolve everything. Sa Dan, back to you.
If you are Pasig, you'd like to check any possibility na magkaroon ng hindi pagkakaintindihan. Not today, you know. Not when your season is on the line. Maybe after the game when a victory is secured. On the other hand, Manila seems to be, as we mentioned, brimming with a lot of confidence. Briñas is in the game for the first time, replacing Adukol.
Well, Adukol collected his 3rd personal foul against Sonny Cabato, and that's the reason why ito si Jojo Briñas is in the ball game this early in the first.
And this is just his 2nd appearance here in these Northern Conference Finals. Briñas' role will be to provide the shield. They give it against Briones, and it's the first on Briones and the 5th on Pasig as a team. So we're in to the 1-on-1 penalty. Here's Dimape. Native Cebuano. Should it be a Manila-Cebu finale? Oh boy, I can't imagine the mixed emotions this gentleman will be bringing into that game. But if it's any evidence, when Manila played Cebu the last time, when Manila visited Cebu, he couldn't really check it, and there were too many kababayans, and he didn't have the best of games on that particular day. And Dimape is all concentration on that try. It's currently 21-14. Magat sprints it across. Babylonia to Cabato. Against Briñas. Cabato with that pirouette of his. That will not work. He was looking for a foul more than anything else. Here's Camaso. Compton wants to really rub it on to Pasig. Some salt on the wounds of Pasig right now. 10-point lead. It's the biggest of the game.
And Pasig has been very determined to get back into the ballgame. However, their offense is sputtering at the moment. They're trying to force that 1-on-1 game between Cabato and Briñas. Nakakaligtaan nila. May mga ibang mga shooters pa sila.
That conks away, and Manila with the chance to even improve on a current 12-2 run. Compton trying to shake off Ravenna. And a foul observed by the official.
You know, previous to this play, Seb, itong si Bong Ravenna, one of the very few moments when he was able to touch the ball and launch a 3-point basket.
I was beginning to feel the same way. Na parang hindi yata nakakahawak ng bola si Ravenna, ano ha? 3 minutes and 6 seconds in the balance of this first quarter. Moving a little slower here because of the fouls that have been committed. Just a total of 12, but we've been moving rather slowly of late. 3:06 to go. As we mentioned, Compton is on the line. Biggest lead now of Manila, an 11-pointer. Could be 12. %83 from the line in the series.
And You know, Seb, itong Manila Metro Stars, dito sa first quarter, they have managed to strike a balance between their inside game and their outside game as well. Yung kanilang backcourt, gumagana si Compton at saka si Demape.
That's absolutely correct. Magat, pilit ang mga tira ng hindi lang ni Magat, kundi ng buong Pasig for that matter. The fluidity that marked their game in the third encounter, not so evident here. Manila will utilize their timeout. Ahead by 12. We'll be back.
On its own. Watch out for the Celtic star player at the end of this game.
We're down to 2 minutes and 48 seconds in this opening quarter as we continue to present to you the Northern Conference Finals of the MBA. Alex Compton caught on the baseline. But Manila nonetheless enjoying its biggest lead of the game, a 12-pointer.
Well, slowly but surely, nagawa nila yung 12-point lead na to dahil nakikita nila kung sino libre mula sa labas. They are not afraid to take the outside shot.
Because of their confidence as of the moment and with the lead that they have established, they've been able to take their chances from the outside. But now he's shifting the attention to Pasig. I don't think they were prepared to be down by 12 this early in the ball game.
That's true. At, you know, I feel that the ball, pagka mag-cross ng half-court nila, should be in the hands of Bong Ravena for Bong Ravena to be able to create some situations not only for himself but for his other teammates as well.
Here's Otto backpedaling. Power move. Yes. Camaso ends up with the personal. That is his first of the game. Here's a Colt 45 strong move. If ever there was one, this is definitely a prime example of that Colt 45 strong move. 2:26 in the balance here. Otto with a chance to break this lead down to a single digit. It currently stands at 10. He'll be down to 9 now.
And this time, Pasig will try to go for that press. Ito, yung press nila, hindi naman talaga press. Parang hilaw na press. They just want to bother their offensive men.
Berchian to Briñas. Yes! And the first to applaud is from Dugo. Ganun talaga, no? Pag yung sumasab sa'yo, kasi yun ang tumatapat sa'yo sa practice, ikaw ang unang matutuwa eh.
Siyempre, at si Jojo Briñas coming from the outside, cutting inside for the layup.
Oops! Sabit. Camaso ending up with his second personal foul. Alam mo, si Don ang halata kumikigil. Nung dahil doon sa ganda ng laro niya kahapon, gusto niya repeat again. DHL assist, repeat na again pa, no? Repeat again.
Pero darating na lang yun, para kay Don Camaso, but he's quickly replaced after committing 2 quick fouls.
And Louis Alas wants to calm him down. I think Camaso's just adjusting to the role as a starter here. Nag-start pa siya kahapon din.
Well, si Don Camaso nag-start din kahapon para sa Manila Metro Stars.
Dahil nga doon sa iniinda ni Peter Martin na injury.
Actually, naglaro pa si Peter, no? He managed to score 2 points on a reverse. However, pagdating niya dito sa half court in yesterday's game, yung lateral movements niya, napull yata niya yung kanyang muscle, no? Sa kanyang tuhod.
Mula pa nung Agosto sa SEA Games yan medyo may mga iniinda na yan, hamstring. Ano kaya, magpaghiwalay-hiwalay muna siya, baka Pasko mabuo siya uli. Pero that is what exactly he's doing right. He's exactly doing that, resting up. Shot clock is now down to 10, and the quarter is now to a minute and 43. Brown is in the corner. Jun Lungalong on the floor already. Rachiang, Compton with 3 on the shot clock. Briñas providing the big Compton. Huli si Briñas. Natawa pa siya. Kita naman. Technical. I think he really did say something.
Well, actually, I don't think he said something, but the action of throwing the ball which hit our referee, no?
Ganun ba? Tumama. Okay, let's see. Can you go all the way with this one? Let's see. Rebound. Ayun nanulak kita naman
There was that slight push already. That's why tinawagan siya ng foul.
Tapos, ano ba ginawa? Technical. Yun.
Hindi ka pwede mong ganyan ka hindi pwede blind pass sa isang referee. Kung matamaan siya, tatawagan ka ng technical.
Really looks like our scorer in the South, Marvin Francisco. There's no doubt about it, Breñas. They must have been separated at birth, really.
Si Marvin lagi technical sa atin. Diba? Hindi ka tulad ni Breñas. Technical siya wala.
No, sandwich today. Wrong count of the blast. Otto, in the meantime, takes care of the free throw. And don't look now, but Manila's lead from a high of 12 has been reduced quite significantly to 7.
And again, Otto has matched his production in the first quarter in yesterday's game. He now has a total of 8 points.
Last time I saw Louis Alas so animated was, of course, in the Brunei Southeast Asian Games in the finals against Thailand. Louis lives for these games, these big games. Of course, he also coached Letran to a title last year. So he likes these challenges. Otto, in the meantime, doesn't make the second free throw, and Brown is there for the rebound. I like the calmness that Imape is bringing to this game. Very reserved, but you can sense his aggressiveness. Nobody cutting in. Shot clock reduced to 6. That's an illegal defense, yes.
That will be called against Guido Babilonia. It's a warning, though.
I love it when the other team does not complain. Yung tinawagan, yung Pasig, hindi gumalawan. ngayon pa lang sila umangal.
Kailangan mag-commit na ang Pasig whether to double team or not. So,
Yes, that's true.
Yan ang naging employ ng Manila Metro Stars. Kahapon pa yan. They want to isolate, just keep the floor open, no? Yung spacing na sinasabi natin.
Like in this case, look at them. Almost 18 feet apart. Freccian throws it outside. Shot clock reduced to 10. Look at this form. Just off. Here's Briones getting it across. Less than a minute to play. In the first quarter, give and go. Whoa, yes.
And that was a difficult shot. May halong pekus na talaga yung ginawa ni Luel Briones doon. But what a great pass coming from Guido Babilonia.
And a timeout of 30 will be utilized by Manila. We'll use this as an opportunity to take a break, but we'll be on the other side of it. Director Al Neri will utilize it to, as usual, put his trademark on the coverage, his signature. It's just like Bill Velasco's. This is your league. You made it happen. Al Neri, you made it happen also. So most likely, Tonichi Ituri, who is obviously delighted with the victory, will have to be watching this game with a lot of interest here today, Danny.
Well, I'm sure he's watching this game, but apparently he has his back relaxed, nakahiga na to at part of the job is over for Coach Tonichi Ituri and the Cebu Gems, and the other part is waiting for the opponent in the national finals.
So each side will be having a week to prepare. And that series will start most likely with the northern team enjoying the home court advantage because of the records that have been posted. The Mape releasing with 3 on the shot clock, a tad short, 25 seconds remaining. I like the way Manila is coming down defensively. They're quick on their feet, but Otto has been a headache for them simply because Romel has not been there. Here's Babilonia, shot clock at 6. Shot clock at 5. And Babilonia doesn't get it to crawl in. Otto. They're really going to the big men.
And they're challenging the big guys of the Manila Metro Stars. Kapansin dito na itong Pasig, they're trying to get back into the ball game as we take a look at this move by Mike Otto. Si Gilbert Imape, pagka nandito sa koponan ng Manila Metro Stars, gusto niya yung mabagal na tema ng laro. Kinukontra ngayon ng Pasig by having Jonathan De Guzman who will run the ball up to their court. Na kailangan nila ng tapatan itong Pasig Rizal Pirates because Pasig, once they get the running game going, magkiklik yan.
In the meantime, Danny, ito boy is Abiliara, significant pa ito, no? Manila has hit a cold spot on the floor. In the last 3 minutes, they've hit only 2 points. Pine-check ko lang kay Boy yung scorer natin kung yung time accurate pa. This quarter will come to a close. statement by Manila early on, but Pasig also issuing a statement saying, oh, you may have raced to a 12-point lead, but take note, we had a 9-0 run towards the end of the period, and that's why we cut the lead to this much. Second quarter will be ready in just a short while.
Made of 100% super cone cotton. Watch out for the Celtic star player at the end of this game.
Magandang hapon, bansang Pilipinas. Second quarter na po tayo. Natapos ang unang yugto sa score na 28-23. Abante ang Manila. Tabla po ang seryeng ito. 2 games apiece. Sabi nga ni Danny Francisco, ang ating katoto sa araw na ito, ang ating kasama, alternating ang nangyari dito. Nakasilat ang Pasig sa simula rito. It's been alternating as far as the victories have been concerned in the 4 games so far. Via Gonzalez and Alex Santos are also with us, keeping us posted about the two teams. In the meantime, into the corner. Are you ready, Pia? Because Monina is covering you. I can't see you. So let's go to you right now.
Okay, Seb, akala ko, nakita ko ng lahat ng paswerte. Pero ngayon, first time ko nakakita ng mga team owners na pinapasbasa ng holy water ang mga players bawat time out. I think they hope that this will help their players sustain the aggressiveness on the run, jump, and switch. This is what helped them win yesterday's game. So tingnan natin kung i-effect ito, Seb.
It's a Sunday. Buti ko na sabihin, Sister Pia, what can you say about it?
Well, they have nothing to lose, probably, so that's the reason why.
Yes, indeed. But that's right, Pia. I thought I've seen it all till you reported that. Hey, misses on both ends. Bringas is seeing a lot of playing time, given the foul trouble that Aduco is in. I think that's one of the learnings from yesterday. Any numbers that are significant, my friend?
Well, significantly, Manila shot 48% from the field, and Pasig 41. But what hurt the Pasig Rizal Pirates was the 8 turnovers that they committed, and this has been translated to 15 points by the Manila Metro Stars. Fast break in favor of Manila, 11-6. And kitang-kita naman na sa rebounds, namamayani ang Manila Metro Stars, 15 against 7.
Okay. June Lungalo. Basically, Manila has on the floor a second unit now.
Yes.
And somehow the chemistry has been lacking. Their fluidity not exactly down pat, but look at this follow inside. It is June Lungalong. It's the Minutemen who have been providing some important, crucial points. Briñas has a basket, and now Lungalong has scored as well. Castillo to Otto. Briñas, dumbfounded, almost didn't know what to do with the ball. He was in dangerous waters, trying to hold it with one hand. Manila by 7. Compton, his dribble interrupted. He rolls on the floor. But one thing we have always admired about Alex Compton, do you remember any occasion where nagalit talaga si Compton?
Wala.
Ako wala.
Pero si Alex Compton, kahit na bangga-banggain mo, kahit na tumilapon sa floor, gagawin niya, he's just gonna pick himself up. And again, regain his composure. That's more important for a basketball player. Hindi ka nasisira, hindi gusto mo bumawi kung sa tumira sa'yo. Ang gusto mo, ibalik mo yung laro mo.
Ano ang tawag ni referee kanya? Meron siyang nakita sa court. Pero alam mo kung paano gumanti si Alex Compton, titirahan ka ng first.
Remember, we're talking about yung highlights natin every half. Pagka Manila Metro Stars, si Alex Compton kailangan meron.
Hindi mawawalan. In the meantime, Romela Dugal with a drive down the baseline. Got a foul. Sonny Cabazzo will collect a personal foul. The first on the big man. And Romela Dugal, who was 1 out of 2 last time up, he gets another chance for a pair. Now I'm beginning to understand and sort of realize that it's really concentration as far as I think Romel is just rushing the free throws. I'm sure Alex Compton has been teaching him a thing or two, but I'm sure he'll work on that even more the off-season when the season of 1999 draws to a close, no matter how it closes or ends for Manila. Tabatu, the grinding move traveling. Alam mo, I don't understand why nobody pops out when Cabato starts his drive, his back pedal move.
Wala siyang kasama on the same side, probably to just dish it out to an open spotter from the outside. Wala. Ito yung sinasabi natin, baka pinipilit nila makuha ni Romel Ducol yung pang-apat na personal foul.
Yes, indeed. Shot clock reduced to 13. We're at 9:19 of the second period, and as we take a look at the brain trusts in both camps, we feel the pressure. Compton straight, but not exactly true. Longalong. And I think it will be the Minutemen who will make the difference in this game.
There it is again, yung second chance points. Offensive rebounding ng Manila Metro Stars. Walang bunga box out sa Pasig, Seb.
So this is one of the vital ingredients in the victory yesterday of Manila, as you mentioned at the top of the broadcast. Oh, what a great pass inside, but they could not finish it. They'll go the other way.
And Pasig has not scored here in the second quarter, and time down to 8 minutes and 50. They finished the first quarter with 23 points. Hindi pa sila nakakascore.
Demapit calmly across the midcourt line. That's a foul. That's a foul. If you look at this again, Cabato was practically lying down on Mr. Ducol.
And that's a useless foul to give dahil Romel will not pop it from the three-point range.
And this is not the Sixth Sense movie. Demapit. Traveling.
You know, Manila has a total of 7 offensive rebounds as against Pasig's 2. So there's a bit of a problem in terms of the boxing out method that Pasig is applying on the Manila Metro Stars front line.
Oh, great bust out by Pasig Rizal, and they managed to cut down the lead to 8. That is, in fact, their first set of points in the second half, or in the second quarter, to be very, very correct. Alex Compton up against Ravenna. Clear out for Romel Ducol. Ducol curling, scoring.
Number 3 against Sonny Cabato. And a possible three-point play for Romel Ducol, who's been contributing well to the Manila Metro Stars cause. Meron siya 10 puntos, looking for his 11th point. At sa galaw ni Romel, kailangan malaman na rin ni Sonny Cabato, hindi lang siya titigil, no? Hinahayaan niya to, backup, binibigyan niya ng espasyo. Yung problema, itong si Romel Ducol, alam niya kung saan siya pipihit.
And that is so correct because, you know, Romel really practices yung shoulder fake, yung pag-turn. Nalaman ko yun sa Southeast Asian Games ng mga shoot around in the morning, pinapasa ni Boise Samar yung bola sa kanya, which they continued to do here. And that's why they really needed Boise Samar on their bench as well. Louis Alas wanted really Samar to be with him. Boise Samar, of course, is the former head coach of the Cagayan de Oro Amigos. Here's Briones into the corner. Spots. Loose ball foul.
And this time around, Sonny Cabato is successful in fishing for the 4th personal foul of Romel Ducol.
Yes, big fish there as we check out this FedEx fast break. And Breñas, I think, will see a ton of playing time here today. With the fact that Peter Martin is injured, Danny, and they had no other recourse but to really go to their bench.
But you can expect Don Tomaso to start scoring heavily for the Manila Metro Stars.
Here's Guido Babilonia shopping around for an open man, decides the hook shot is best, and it is a successful move. To 27 tally. 9, or checking that, 7 minutes and 35 in the balance. Alex Compton, partially deflected by Babilonia. Breñas had a shot, but it refuses to go all the way down. Jump shot refuses to stay down. You know, I get the feeling about Breñas. He's just happy to be running up and down on this court right now.
Siguradong alam niya yung goal niya, and that is to play defense against the big guys of Pasig. Compton will pick up his second personal foul.
You know, I'm kidding here. He might end up saying, Coach, nakalimang takbo na ako. Yan ang kota ko eh. Hindi ko na makakalain ganun karami. Tatakbo ko nitong araw na ito. Oy, Romel, bumalik ka rito.
I don't think Romel will get back into the ball game.
Not in the remaining.
Mamaya-maya pa yan, mga second half.
You know, Briones knows how to play with the crowd. Ha? Alam mo yung laruin eh. Sa Cebu rin naglaro ito eh. To 29 is our count. De Guzman. 5-point game. The closest Pasig has been since the 12-point lead, which was the biggest in Manila, was established. Amaso asking Compton to move to the other flank and a push. Alex, medyo nakakahabol na ang Pasig. Medyo relax na sila. Medyo nakaka-accomplish na sila ng konti.
Yes, totoo yan, Seth. Mukhang bumabalik na kanilang concentration dito sa laban na ito. At mabanggit ko lang sa inyo, Seth, kanina kasi may instruction ito si Coach Banal regarding sa no isolation mentality and be ready sa itong rotation sa kanilang laban. But the question lies here kung paano makakakuha ng puntos itong si Bong Ravena. And we all know Bong Ravena, well, magaling ito kapag may isolation play para sa kanya. At yun ang malaking tanong dito para sa Pasig Rizal Pirates. Magbabalik po ang MBA dito sa San Andres. G.
Sa Jollibee. Hartman, the MBA under fashion, the only undergarment made of 100% super comb cotton.
That shot refusing to drop in. It's 36-31, a 5-point lead by the Manila Metro Stars. In the meantime, here's the Pasig offensive. A successful foray here will cut down the lead to the closest that Pasig has been in, but Babylonia ends up catching the ball with his face and totally unprepared to respond to the toss. AC Brown nowhere to go. De Guzman takes charge of the attack and scores beautifully.
You know, that's a picture-perfect fast break for any point guard. No, check your wings first and stop dun sa may free throw area. Kung walang sumunod sa na depensa, you might as well take the shot.
That seems to be the best spot for the point guard to release the shot on the break. In the meantime, Camaso has a running attempt. And what gives? And a foul on Guido Babylonia. Let's see what happened here, Danny. In inbound, because I was checking the score sheet, nasundo at naagaw. Nag-recover si Babylonia, ended up committing the foul. At yung pagpapataw ng bola sa Jollibee Stadium doon ay frustration na lang. Brown.
You know, yung mga maliliit na bagay is what's hurting the Pasig Rizal Pirates at this point. No, hindi sila nag-iingat sa bola.
And those little things may amount to a giant headache if they remain uncontained, unchecked. Ravena, 1 of 5 from the field, is now 1 of 6. Follow-up. No by Tuason. Joel Banal suddenly putting in Tuason into the game. And now he's really scraping the bottom, not to belittle the talents of Tuason. It's just that he's looking for something that will ignite this team as of the moment. Check out this FedEx fast break. This is what you were talking about, Danny.
Kita mo, tinitingnan ni De Guzman kung sino yung tumatakbo sa wing. Sabi niya, walang bubuha sa akin. Ako na lang titira. Pero itong Pasig Rizal Pirates, so they're missing again the scoring production of Bong Ravena. But more importantly, ito, si Don Camaso rin para sa Manila, hinahanap niya yung kanyang mga puntos.
Yes. Greenes, shot clock at 3. Brown shoots from 15. It's a brick, and that'll go. Inside pass. Tuason in the clear. Manila with a chance to reestablish what was once the biggest lead they've enjoyed, a 12-pointer. Compton double dribble. Yes.
That's a good call made by a referee. Kitang-kita naman from our angle that Alex Compton was thinking of whether to pick the ball up and pass the ball or not. Nakita niya kasi mas malaki yung tao sa harapan niya.
Time down to 4 minutes and 43 in the second period. Lead pass. Ravenna is jammed by Brenes. They're getting a ton of mileage from Brenes here this afternoon. Camaso. You know this thing about this Manila team, there is always somebody who is a surprise package, will somehow step forward, and Louis Alas always wants every member down to the 12th man to be ready whenever called upon to do a service.
You know, I was just about to say, Seven, who said that eto trabaho ni Jojo Brenes ay tumakbo-takbo lang dito sa court. Kita mo naman yung tulong niya dun sa pagblanka kay Bong Ravenna.
Camaso presented with a one-on-one opportunity. Can't nail the first one, does not therefore earn the second. Here's Ruben De La Rosa, who will be in the spotlight come halftime, as we have a special feature on Ruben De La Rosa. Here's Ravenna, 1 of 6 from the field. Magat pops from 3. Ravenna draws the double team. Briones, 3-second violation.
And I just could read the lips of Alex Compton telling himself to box out, box out. Muntik na, and this is just a good break for the Manila Metro Stars na tinawagan ng 3-second violation ng Pasig.
Nalalabing oras, 3 minutes and 53 seconds dito sa ating second quarter. Into the corner, Camaso long. Brown playing volleyball with the basketball, and Louis Alas wants to put on a uniform, but no, he's not a player anymore. Magat draws it across. Ruben De La Rosa is a pesky customer. He could have been on the line. Yes!
And again, this was forced by Jojo Brenes coming from the blind side to distract Jay Magat.
Inumpisahan ni De La Rosa, well, let's use the term, inisin. And then all of a sudden, Brenes completed a map-up job. Ayun, no? 10-point lead by the Manila Metro Stars. Here's Brown flying. Had it gone in, it would not have counted. Referee Contreras observing a foul against Briones, which will mark the second of Briones. Okay, a penny for your thoughts, Miss Helen Padilla, our nesty face of the day. She has a lot of gifts, I notice. Brown. That's why coaches keep on saying box out, box out. Hey, tumama na sa ilalim. Hindi pa. In a safe territory. Oh! I would call that, yung kay Camaso, I would call goal interference, offensive goaltending. But apparently there was a foul before that happened.
Well, the foul will go against Brown. Ito si Cesar Brown called for his first personal foul because he warded off Lowell Briones.
A shot of Louis Alas. I'm sure he's thinking of his second half, although they still have 3:14 in the balance here. Magat finding it extremely difficult to get it across. Castillo. Briones. Briones pops. No, Alex Compton has a hand in it.
Masama ang field goal shooting ng Pasig Rizal Pirates.
Yes.
At saka, alam mo, parang nagtatagal yung bola kay Jay Magat saka di-dribble dahil dun sa kanilang pressing defense ng Manila.
Yes, and I noticed walang tumutulong na running somebody alongside him. And that will be free throw shooting time if that's an illegal defense call.
Ayun mo itong opensa ng Pasig mo, parang tumitigil yung kanilang paggagalaw without the ball, and that's the reason why they've been taking 4 shots. Ang mali na naman, quick to exploit anong mga defensive adjustments ginagawa ng Pasig.
Pasig calling a timeout, down by 10.
Star player at the end of this game.
Okay, Alex Compton will be shooting the technical free throw as Pasig Rizal was called for a second violation of the illegal defense rule. Chucho Serrano looking on. Mr. Louis Tridian, hopeful, pensive, tense. Understandably so. De La Rosa. Shot clock at 16, plenty of time. There's a foul. It is on the Guzmanis first, quickly to Pia in the corner of Manila.
Sir, someone once said that 90% of basketball is played above the shoulders, and this is how Coach Luis Alas wants his boys to keep on playing. He wants them to play intelligently, to get quick recognition of what the Pasig boys are doing so that they can react quickly and not miss any opportunities. Step back to you.
Somebody also said once, basketball is sometimes played above the head. That's my common mistake. Ano, kasi yung foul na gano'n, nasasabi ko above the head. I wonder what's above the head. Camaso!
Above everyone else.
And a sneaky move if there ever was one. And it's now the biggest lead of Manila, a 14-pointer. Otto, top of the keyhole. Into the corner to Ravena. You know, I'm beginning to try to understand why Francis Adriano is not in the game, Danny.
Yes, at kakailanganin nito yung slashing type of a player ang Pasig.
Because simply, I don't see any clear attempts by Pasig to drill it in from the outside. The Guzman was beginning to wax hot, but ever since, we haven't seen anybody really trying from the outside.
Yes, and you know, Manila outscored Pasig 11-0 in the last 3 minutes and 30. Ito yung sinasabi natin, walang potential threat ang Pasig, no? Hindi katulad itong Manila Metro Stars. Meron kang Alex Compton sa labas, meron pang si Don Camaso at saka si Ruben De La Rosa.
Off the inbound, 5-second violation. Camaso is ahead in that particular race. The Hardy Flex king of the board. We give it to the leading rebounder at the end of the ball game. Top rebounder, that is. Here's Castillo. Illegal defense against Manila, clearly so. Camaso was guarding territory rather than humanity. Anyway, inbound for the Pasig Rizal Pirates in the balance, 1 minute and 36. In game 5, there's a foul. Brown committing that one, hoping for a jump call. I think they give it to Briñas. It's his 3rd foul. And a warning issued against Benedicto for everybody interested in hurling the ball at each other here today. Ravena peeks inside. Ravena can't operate well because Compton is doing a fine defensive job using his leg, denying Ravena an opportunity to go baseline.
At saka masyadong mahigpit itong opensa ng Pasig Rizal Pirates, no? Even before they make their moves, kailangan tinitignan nila kung nasa na yung mga kampi nila, kung spread out ba ang kanilang opensa. Dahil every time they make the move na hindi nila alam kung nasa yung kampi nila,
Yes.
yung defensive man nun, pumupunta at tumutulong.
Compton to Brown. No, sir. Rebound battle. It's a foul against De La Rosa. Si Ruben must learn a little prudence, you know. Like, hindi na kailangan foul yun eh. Hawak na yung bola, di ba?
That's going to be number 2 against De La Rosa. But you can see, even if Ruben is not scoring, ang ginagawa niya naging agresibo siya. Kaya somehow catches yung
Yun naman. Chris Grant.
kalaban niya off guard.
Samantala, it goes down to Babilonia. Briñez may have been successful again. And Romela Ducol applauding along the sideline saying, galing mo, man.
Talagang paano naman yan, ito si Guido Babilonia, nadidistract na nga ni Jojo Briñez pa man din. Itong si Babilonia, wala pang nagagawa. Well, 2 points dito sa second quarter.
Here's Ravena. De Guzman. Oh, good pass. Castillo surprised with the pass as we hit the final half minute. De La Rosa eager for a basket, but Briñez says, oh, they took the basket away from Briñez. And Briñez gets a warm round of applause from the Manila bench. Boy, dinumog siya.
And talk about quality minutes in the absence of Romela Ducol.
At saka, mag-upo niya sa bench. Tubig, pare. But you do appreciate when a player, when he's suddenly called to report for duty and he responds. By the way, we'll have halftime highlights and a feature on Ruben De La Rosa. We'll try to get into the locker rooms as our colleagues present their reports come halftime. Sino foul? Si Camaso. Third foul in Camaso. I think what successful thing that Manila has done here is that they have limited the production of the key players of Pasig Rizal.
Ang masama pa nito, they have limited the numbers of Bong Ravena. Sumunod-sunod naman yung mga iba, si Castillo at si Babilonia. Ine-expect yan ng Pasig na umiscore, pero hirap na hirap pumunto.
Domino principle, ano? Nadali na yung harap ng naka-stack na dominos, sunod-sunod ang nahulog.
Pero ang maging epekto nito sa second half is that you still have to rely on each other, you still have to trust each other. Kahit na masama ang laro ng isa, you have to pump him up to play better, no?
That's why they say teams are like families. You encourage each other, especially in crisis. And Pasig definitely finds itself in one such crisis. As Brown gets a good pass from Compton, just offline. Not enough time for a final feed. But Pasig Rizal has a lot to talk about inside the locker room. Manila is brimming with confidence, but they know this is not yet over. We still have 24 minutes left to decide who will face Cebu in the national finals of year 2 of your MBA.
Philippine Rabbit, the official MBA 99 carrier. Traveling in style, comfort, and safety. That's every Filipino's wish. Now, discover what millions of passengers have experienced.
At the end of the first 24 minutes, just 2 points short of the biggest lead posted by the Manila Metro Stars in the first half of the game. Mukhang tempo ng Manila laro, ano, Danny?
Oo, parang nakuha ng Manila yung kanilang rhythm. And in fact, I'm looking at my score sheet right now, and it seems that Pasig has been suffering on the offensive end. There are only 3 players have scored in the second quarter for Pasig.
Doon ba sa highlights mo, hindi masyadong maraming Pasig?
Hindi masyadong marami yung Pasig dahil kitang-kita mo naman yung effort na ibinibigay ng Manila Metro Stars. And we're not talking about the first 5 alone. We're talking about the second stringers as well. At that's the reason why feeling ko na yung second stringers ay kahit paano yung tulong na ibinibigay nila sa larong ito ay nagugulat ang mga taga Pasig Rizal.
Exactly.
Kung bakit nagkakaganon at itong Pasig Rizal cannot seem to complement their defensive game as well as their offensive game. Nawawala yung kanilang opensa. They may be good at defending, pero sa offense sila, hirap na hirap sila because I feel that they still have to get the running game going.
Rewind the tape, press the play button, and you'll see in the highlights that this is exactly what Danny Francisco is talking about.
Yes, we're gonna start first half with the baseline jumper of Gilbert Castillo, and I felt na itong Pasig, mabilis ang kanilang umpisa. Pero hindi naman pala dahil ito, si Romela Ducol ang magpapaumpisa para sa Manila Metro Stars ng kanilang scoring. Si Ducol will go for this strong dive. You could sense that Manila is out on a mission dito sa first quarter alone. However, etong Pasig naman will go to their outside sniping of Jonathan De Guzman, but De Guzman, siya lang ang tanging may tiras mula sa labas at this point. Ravena will get his 2 points on a fast break, but that's the only 2 points of Bong Ravena in this game. Ducol with the slam coming from Compton. And talking about that sense of mission, Ducol with 11 points. Hindi lang yun, nagbigay pa siya ng assist dito kay Fred Siang. Compton, sinabi nga natin, in any highlights, every time he hits a 3-point basket, you want to give it to him. Compton, a total of 5 points so far. Babylonia, a simple pass to Briones, who gets the 2 points. Manila was on top by 5, 28-23. Dito, sa second quarter, makikita natin the second stringers of the Manila Metro Stars working hand in hand. Longalong with the follow-up. Castillo looked for Briones for this layup. And we will see, ito yung mga basic individual moves ng Pasig. Wala sila masyadong ball movement, and this forces Babylonia to go for a hook shot against Don Camaso. De Guzman on a fast break will stop and pop from the 15-foot line. Pero makikita nga natin yung second chance points. Saan ba nang gagaling para sa Manila? Brown will miss this shot. Pero nandun naman si Camaso for the follow-up. And sa nabi nga natin, a block by Brines over Bong Ravena. And we will see the strong move by Don Camaso, an offensive rebound and a putback, and Manila suddenly enjoying a 12-point lead. Manila has outscored Pasig Rizal 19-12 in this quarter alone.
So the tempo clearly so belonging to the Manila Metro Stars. Thank you very much, Danny, and we'll be back with more of your MBA. In fact, the special feature will be on Ruben De La Rosa, something to look forward to. Stay with us, please.
The Halftime Report, brought to you by Adidas.
Here's something.
Kung nga lang, magkaiba kami. Hindi ako lumalakad, si Iri, siya lumalakad eh. Sa province namin, kasi umakit ako ng nyog, tsaka sa dagat, sa bundok. Siguro doon ko discover yung yung lakas ng talong ko. Kaya kong magdang pala, kaya ko pala.
Si Regidor, Amon Regidor.
That's a dunk! That's a dunk!
De La Rosa, showtime!
Last year, isa lang ang favorite na nabuhayan ako yung sa Cagayan.
Here's Ruben De La Rosa looking for Jareño, hindi na binigay sa kanya. Goes deeper. Atukul really can't get away from Manny Victorino. De La Rosa!
Ang klase!
Lakas ng loob lang yun, ginawa ko nun. Kahit may bantay kayo, may nakaharang kayo dyan, pipilitin kong makadang ako. This year, against, Laguna.
Going to the well all too often, Danny. Wow! De La Rosa says, take that!
Reverse dunk lang yun eh. Talagang pinawir ko yun, ginagawa ko. Ako si Ruben De La Rosa ng Manila Metro Stars. Huwag ismulin dahil sige kayo rin. Mixed na mga tao na ako daw ang manalo. Parang siguro nag-over confidence eh. Nagdala ko ng sapatos na madulas. Imbis na hindi madulas ang dadalhin ko, hindi ko nadala yung hindi madulas. Important din yung dunk eh, kasi nandun yung intensity mo eh, sa dunk. Kailangan maano mo yung crowd.
Adukul, ang outlet pass. De La Rosa!
Hindi lang crowd, pati mga teammate mo gaganahan sila maglaro.
No pass!
Proud din ako kung dahil siyempre yung mga tao sa akin dahil pag nagdadang ako, nakatingin sila sa akin.
Over to De La Rosa.
Split the defense! And he just jammed it over everybody. Oh my God!
Masaya ako pag gano'n, pag nagkakaroon ako ng dunk.
NBA Buddies Update.
Talk about striking a balance. Itong si Romelo Ducol at the start of the game with 11 points and 2 rebounds together with Alex Compton, 7 points. And if you compare that to the Babylonia-Ravenna tandem, this is where we can definitely say that the inside game of Pasig has suffered a lot in the absence of the scoring of Guido Babylonia. And of course, the game of Bong Ravenna, which is just identical, to the game yesterday, wherein Bong Ravenna just scored 2 points in the first quarter and failed to score in the second.
So somehow, somewhere, nakakatulog yung kanyang opensa, no? As we take a look at some numbers.
Well, 34 rebounds for Manila against 16. Ito yung turnover points na sinasabi natin, no? 18 against 9. At kita mo naman itong inside points, 32 against 14. So apparently, itong Pasig must be able to play that interior defense against Manila very well. Scoring leaders that we have, Otto with 9 together with De Guzman with 9 and Briones with 6. Itong si Adugol, no? At saka si Camaso Compton, yung scoring nila expected of them. Ito sa Pasig Rizal, you don't expect these people to be there as scoring leaders.
Off the drive of De Guzman, or rather Benedicto, there was a block and a foul. Alex, what was it like sa loob ng locker room ng Pasig? They're really down in this game.
Well, according to Coach Banal, Seb, sabi niya, lahat ng ginagawa nila tama, but meron lamang mga konting kailangan nilang i-adjust dito sa second half. Especially, yung decision making is very crucial dito sa second half. No matter what Coach Banal's instruction, try to create, itong lagi niya sinasabi, try to create an offensive threat through self-initiative. Well, nangyayari kasi bumabalik na naman yung sakit nila, that if Ravenna is off, wala na silang ginagawa, wala nang paraan na gagawin ay itong mga ibang players. Well, some of them show sign of frustration at definitely lahat, may iba dyan na apektuhan dito. And also, napansin ko kanina buong serye ng Northern Conference Finals, we didn't see Mr. Carino inside the dugout, but today, he is in, kaya his presence can boost Pasig's ego para manalo ito sila. And lastly, sabi nga ni Coach, let's help Bong Ravenna get this rhythm going. Back to you, 7 Danny.
So Pasig really trying everything, different motivational tools. I think at this point, I think Louis Alas also put it so succinctly, X's and O's don't matter here right now. They will matter, but it's more of the players really taking over at this point.
Yung sinasabi ni Alex Santos na ito yung naging frustrated yung mga ibang manlalaro dahil pagka masama ang laro ni Bong Ravenna, masama na lahat. Tingnan natin si Mr. Carino na sinabi nga ni Alex Santos, pumasok pa sa dugout ng Pasig Rizal. Para sa akin, Bong Ravenna will try his best to score the points. Pero kailangan hindi maging frustrating to para sa kanyang mga kakampi kasi kailangan rin nila makatulong. Hindi lang si Bong Ravenna itong game ng Pasig Rizal.
That's true. He may be the most celebrated. He may have the biggest salary. I think we can definitely say that. But he is just one member of the team. He's trying to get going here. But there are days when he will be off. And this seems to be another one of those days. The nice thing about Manila, on the other hand, is that somebody has finally, other players are stepping up. Demape. Oh, yes! Yes, yes, yes! Take it from there. In the meantime, Pia Gonzalez, we're seeing a more confident Manila team on this floor right now, typified by that play, Pia.
Definitely, Seb. Pero isang bagay din nakapansin-pansin dito sa Metro Stars ay pag nakakaipon sila na isang double-digit lead, parang medyo nagre-relax sila. Well, pero sabi nga ni Coach Louis Alas, wala nang lugar para dito sa second half. Kailangan nila ng killer instinct. Kahit lamang sila, kailangan tuloy pa rin ang latsada. Huwag silang matatakot mapagod at huwag silang maglalaro na parang pinoprotektahan nila ang lamang. Yan ang nakikita natin ngayon, Seb.
Bouncing off from what Pia has said, because there are players who are now responding in the game, like Briñez, Longalong, and this team on the floor, the starters, sige, laro lang kayo.
And this gives him the chance to look down his bench and say, everybody can play.
Yes.
Hindi katulad ni Coach Joel Banal, every time he goes down his bench, looks at his bench, maaring may mga iba frustrated na, ayaw na maglaro.
Here's Ravenna being bottled up. Benedicto goes baseline, nowhere to go, well angled off by Camaso. This is a good adjustment by Louis Alas, asking Demape to bring up the ball, asking Compton to go back to his old role as number 2. Uy, muntik na illegal defense yet. Tinuturo ni Demape. Pasig only 1 point in this third quarter. We're close to 3 minutes already going by us. The only point coming from Benedicto, and it came from the free throw line. Foul on Camaso, that's number 4. Colt 45, strong move. Actually, if you can put all our great sponsors together here, and they would be appropriate, especially those that sponsor the offensive moves on the floor. Ravenna rushes aside Compton. Benedicto de Guzman. Benedicto de Guzman. De Guzman, yes. Is it the three-pointer? Yes, it is, and he has 12.
But it's very clear that itong Manila very active on the defensive end.
Lead down to 13. Atuco with a pirouette.
Alam mo, Seb, sabihin na natin, give your opponents an inch of confidence, they'll take the whole bag.
Yes, indeed. Including the ruler that they use for the inch. Now, Briones is being brought back in. Adugol being egged on to score it. There is a national celebration in Manila whenever Romel Adugol scores a free throw. Typified by the banner which is behind Pia Gonzalez. But of course, it does not last very long.
But it's okay because it gives Manila a 14-point lead, 53 to 39. Another foul by Don Camaso. That's going to be number 4.
I'm looking, Danny, at Sonny Cabatu. Sorry, ilang foul na yan?
That's going to be 5.
Titingnan ko si Sonny Cabatu sa bench ng Pasig. He's the only one standing up there, egging on his teammates. Pare, tara, let's go. Why are we just holding up here? Do I see a future coach in the career path of Mr. Cabatu? You may see that exactly. But in the meantime, a traveling violation against the Pirates.
And another miscue will cost them the ball and the possession. Itong Pasig Rizal Pirates, we have not seen Francis Adriano play. And you can see Sonny Cabatu egging his teammates on.
Lagyan mo lang ng kurbata yan, coach na yan eh.
Lagyan mo rin ng pantalon. Nakakalang sila. May numero pa.
Fashion statement. Briones! No! Follow up, yes! Here's steal by De La Rosa. Nagpapakamatay na yung mga players ng Metro Manila talaga dito sa game na ito. They're giving it their all.
At dito pa sa importante third quarter, itong Pasig, they have to show na bumibigay Bumibigay itong Pasig ngayon.
De Guzman. Ravenna. Babylonia. Nowhere to go. Alam mo, Danny, yung triangle ng Pasig, bistado kung saan pupunta.
Kitang-kita naman yun. At tinuturo na nga ni Bong Ravenna kung saan pupunta yung bola kay Guido Babylonia. But I feel like nito si Guido Babylonia would like to take on a Jojo Briones. Pero mangyari lang, itong Pasig, hindi nila inaasam-asam na magkakaroon ng double team coming from the top of the key, and that is by Alex Compton.
Yes. Yung triangle kasi nila nakikita mo kung saan pupunta eh. No? The key of the triangle, of course, is precise cutting to the basket, and walang nangyayaring ganun.
And you know, the double team of Manila is coming from the blind side.
Yes, that's even better. Kasi alam mo, the turn towards the left. 16 on the shot clock. Here's Briones. And Babylonia, with Briones giving up the foul, well, Briones will have to accept the fact that the second motion is always the one that is being caught. Nautakan siya ni Babylonia.
That's going to be number 4 against Jojo Briones.
So tatlong big men ng Manila, Camaso, Briones at saka Adugol, tiga-apat ng foul na ngayon. De Guzman, Good bounce pass to Ravenna. The three, no go. Ravenna still with just 2 points. Something is amiss under the basket. Oops. And there's a fan that's getting to a little emotional on the other side. But what is on your screens right now is the Guzman is sprawled on the floor. Sonny Cabato really acting coach-like.
You know, what Pasig is contesting was the fact na bumagsak na ito si Jonathan de Guzman and hindi na tumawag ang referee's timeout. Ang ating mga referee, bumagsak na si de Guzman. That's why it caused the turnover kasi pagkapasa ni Babylonia, hindi na makuha ni Jonathan de Guzman.
Okay, here it is. Let's see. Pumunta ron, ayun, bumagsak na ron sa kabila.
Oo, matagal na nakabagsak and sinasabi nga nila, you should have called the official's timeout because bola naman namin.
Okay, we've got a break here. We'll sort this out and return very swiftly. Is this the same play?
Yes,
Yes, it is. No, but we apparently this is ball side. Bumagsak na ba siya at this point?
Bumagsak na.
Oh, that's hard to tell. We won't see it from there. We will not see it from there. Nakabagsak na siya doon. So they bring in Magat onto the floor. Frenchie Young is also back in. De La Rosa will hit the bench. The quarter is down to 7:07. 55-39 is the count. Compton brings it up. Bringers trying to provide the pick. Compton to the open. Demape steps into the shot. It'll go. Pasig Rizal demanding that it be called a traveling violation.
And it's now a 19-point lead. Pasig has only scored 2 points in this quarter. And we're approaching the 6:37 mark.
Still nothing for Pasig. Here's Ravenna, read by Compton. Picks it up along the sideline. He's on attack mode. And he's tagged. Watch this. Well read by Alex Compton. Him all the way. And look at Alex Compton here. You went through the slow-mo, chest pumping motion of it, chest thumping motion, and he said, whew, that's as good as 2 points. We'll take a break.
On its own. Modolite battery, ang bateryang matagalan.
Here, I want to check on Demape's three-point attempt earlier. Danny, one. Yun eh, dalawang hakbang eh.
Talagang sinenyas na. At kitang-kita mo naman, even pagkatanggap niya ng bola, nag-hop pa siya just to get his rhythm going for the three-point basket.
Because normally you would plant your feet already, take a dribble, and then pop. No?
Nawala yung pivot foot niya. It's not instant.
Yes, that's correct. So the Pasig Rizal side may have a point there. Thompson taking care of business, but this not take away the fact that Pasig Rizal has been limited to only 4 points in this third quarter, and we're approaching the halfway mark. Magat, nowhere to go. Look at the way Manila is cutting off the passing angles. Magat, good shake, good line.
You know, may second line of defense itong Manila Metro Stars, no? Jay Magat may have outplayed his opponent, pero nandun naman si Alex Compton. Not to block the shot, but to distract the shot of Jay Magat.
Adukol. It does not call in. Breñas! Yes!
Let's talk about the offensive rebounding of Manila. So far, they have a total of 16, as against only 5 from Pasig. At second chance point, 16 against 0.
Yes, Jojo Breñas, Danny, with 6 big points contributed so far. 5.5 remaining. Briones pops. Still nothing. And a loose ball foul. Could be Breñas. Sometimes life just balances it off. No? One basket, one foul. One basket, one foul.
But he's been feeling good about his game
Yes,
so
no
far,
question about it.
despite his 5th personal foul.
And Jun Longalon should come in right now, and he does exactly that for Breñas. And Breñas gets the applause again. What is it about today's basketball? When you do something well, pinapatukan ka talaga. I don't get it.
And you
Ayun,
know,
no? Masakit tuloy yung ulo niya.
Manila has managed to bring this lead up, even without the services of Don Camaso,
Yes.
who's on the bench.
Babylonia outside now, and they have Francis Adriano on the floor. Maybe they need that cut. He was angled up. Starting off very cold here. Here's Dimape trying to shake off Kumon. Cross pass into the corner. That diagonal cross-court pass. Manila with a 10-second shot clock. Dimape. Ballroom dancing all the way.
Looks like Pasig needs a timeout. Talagang swerte itong Manila Metro Stars. All their shots are falling at the moment.
Exactly so, partner, and we'll take a break because of this ceasefire. That's a nice thing. I like that. We'll use it. We'll use it. See me, son, after the game. Tell me your name and we'll give you the copyright. Okay, Alenchenko is later on. He's our master guapo of the game, but that's later on because we're already in motion. 17-4 scoring attack. Big effort by Manila and limiting Pasig to only 4 points. It's
yes.
a major, major accomplishment.
And total inside scoring in favor of Manila, 40 against 14. And you're talking about the 25-point lead being enjoyed by Manila right now.
It's still 4:36 to go. Ravenna has been significantly shut down. In fact, most of the big gunners have been shut down. I think we should go through the exercise of checking the averages, really, and finding out how much of a dip. Like, for instance, Babylonia has been averaging 10, but mababa, 4 points. Samantala, si Ravenna, ilan ba si Ravenna? 18, only 2 points. De Guzman with 12. Alex, sandali lang, De Guzman with 12. Siya lang talagang umi-score. So, Alex, 25 points down and the big gunners have not contributed really.
Yes, Seb, ang atmosphere dito sa bench ng Pasig Rizal Pirates ay napakalungkot at medyo lahat sila nakakunot na yung mga noo nila at malaking problema to para kay Coach Banal. And one thing, napapansin ninyo, wala dito si Jonathan De Guzman kanina. Nagkaroon ito ng cramp sa kanyang legs. Kaya medyo magpapahinga muna siguro ito. Sabi niya masakit daw. At definitely siguro by 4th quarter, papasok ito dito sa laban na ito. Seb, Dan, back to you.
So, a big case of cramps pala yung on the other end as Dimape spearheads the attack. He has 14.
After going scoreless in the second quarter and after finishing with 7 points in the first, itong si Bet Dimape meron ng 14 puntos.
Gilbert Castillo, who has been averaging 10, only 3 points, Danny. So more and more scoring lapses. Adriano, good shake and make, no goal. Dumont, yes.
Yes, the 2 points. You know, yung sinasabi mo nga, the key players of the Pasig Rizal Pirates, what a time for them to go silent. No? It's the most important game in the series so far, in the season for them.
And Adukol is bumped. Go ahead, Pia.
Seb, despite this huge lead, hindi bumababa ang intensity ng Manila even in their timeout. At sinasabi ni Coach Louie Ala, sana hindi rin bumaba ang kanilang intensity sa kanilang depensa dahil dito nagmumula ang kanilang opensa. Sabi nga ng isang poster sa kanilang dugout, no one must have fun against the Metro Stars defense. Seb, Danny, back to you.
You're in your quotation mode today. You've quoted everybody from here, there, and everywhere.
Probably, mamaya, from the words of Pia Gonzalez.
Yes, yes. You will find that in your Hallmark greeting card this Christmas. 67 to 41. 26. Bumaba na sa 24, pero ika nga sa probinsya, manting kalabaw pa rin ito. 3.5 minutes ang nalalabi. Demape trying to elude Adriano. Ang momentarily free, squeezes through traffic.
You know, you could just sense that Manila Metro Stars, yung attack mode na sinasabi ni Pia Gonzalez, no? Kitang-kita naman. May tira si Frenzy ang mula sa labas, pero sinabi niya, I'm going to take it strong towards the basket. He fished for the foul against Castillo.
That won't work. Sonny Cabato knows how to walk along the sideline, doesn't he?
Talagang tinutulak niya yung mga kampi niya.
Which I think is a good sign. Ano, kahit ano yun eh.
You may be blown out here, but we're only in the third quarter. All you have to do is just try to cut that lead down, get into the last 3 minutes and 17, and then sa fourth quarter, doon tayo bumawi.
Keep in mind what happened in Game 3. Manila came so excruciatingly close. Nung nasa Iloilo kami, pinapanood namin yung game na yun at may chance makabawi ang Manila nun. It's just that Pasig had established such a huge lead and the momentum was on their side. That game covered by Nico Halili and Butch Maniego. (68 to 43). It's a 25-point lead. Tungalang with his third personal foul. Castillo sings his first, and his scoring is also off the pace.
And most of the points of Pasig coming from the free throw line.
Yes, yes.
You know why? Because Pasig is only 3 out of 11 from the field. That's against Manila, 7 out of 11. A very high clip by the Manila Metro Stars.
Yes.
That's courtesy of Ipet Demape.
That's, yes. Blocking violation. Correct one. Tama ka dyan. Tama ka dyan, referee Benaventura. Now, this is one of the most difficult scenarios to be coaching in. Now, I have lost his name. Now, I found it. Alan Cuenco is our master guapo of the game. We got to mention his name earlier. His first of the game. It's it's considered a team foul. He's sick, and that's the 6th of the team. And yun, may tulak. Nag-referee doon, ano? Parang eksena. Go! Ang may sala! Dali, ang hirap i-coach itong scenario doon. I'm looking at Joel Banala. As you check out our Hardiflex King of the Boards leader, what you're thinking, what went wrong, and you're thinking, what more can I do? Ang dami mong iniisip sabay-sabay at this particular moment.
Parang para sa akin, iniisip lang ni Coach Joel Banal kung talagang sino ba ang player na may malaking puso na lumaban pa, no? Despite this huge lead of 24. They got 25.
Keep in mind, fell behind as much as 2-1 in the series. It did not win the first game here on their home court. Adriano. Nothing. Is this a slamma jamma? Yes! And they're roaring here in Manila. Dani, grabe yung depensa ng Manila. Grabe talaga. Look at this FedEx fast break. And this is just the exclamation point to what has been a great defensive web being applied, being stuck on by the Manila Metro Stars.
You know, masasabi na natin that the Pirates are falling to the trap of the Manila Metro Stars at yun ang magmadali, no? Kasi hindi na umiikot yung bola pagka na pumaposte yung mga Pasig Pirates.
Babylonia starting to ball hawk. Dumont swings it back in, but the ball already outside. 2 minutes and 12 remaining and still an entire fourth quarter ahead of us. And I do not see any move in the direction of a comeback, Danny.
Oo, at malaking bagay kasi wala siya si Jonathan de Guzman.
Chance to recycle the offense as Alex Compton has done a little of everything here today. Pick and roll. Nothing there. Is it still Manila ball? Yes.
And again, the rebounding story will spell the difference here. So far, Manila has out-rebounded the Pasig Rizal Pirates.
Demape. You know, when you watch Demape play, it's almost like watching a basketball textbook come to life with all those great moves as Adriana throws up a prayer. And he has no confidence at all.
Wala talaga. At saka hindi lang yun. You notice in all the sequences, the plays of Pasig, nasaan si Bong Ravena? He is on the floor but hindi binibigyan ng bola. Alam mo, pakiramdam ko ngayon, yung ginawa ni Don Camacho kahapon, halos wala siyang nagawang mali. Lahat ng bato niya, pumapasok.
no?
Ngayon, nailipat naman. Pumunta kay Ibet Duwape.
Demape. Makakontribute si Priñez. May contribution si Lungalo. Bakit Demape?
Nalipat yata talaga si
And, you know, the temptation is there to say he should pass off because he's dribbling too long. I didn't know that they had rehearsed it exactly that way. Briones.
hits the basket, and we're talking about the rebounding story. Manila with a total of 48, and we have not finished the third quarter yet. Ang Pasig only 24. See talaga the importance of the rebounding department, especially on the offensive boards.
Thompson will pass off. Just a little too long on that particular try. Hindi ko malaman sa ibang teams. Ano yung dribble ni Alex Compton? I know he's going to pass off. Hindi pa rin nag-check yun.
Demape has been replaced by Cesar Brown.
Ayun, pinagbababato ka na naman. But an affirmation of a great performance by Demape. Whoa! Yes! And the heat is on, literally, figuratively, here in Manila. Watch this.
What a pass! And, over everyone else, including Jay Magan, si Cesar Brown, just picture-perfect alley-oop play.
And Alex Compton deriving as much pleasure from that development as a three-point shot, and maybe rightfully so. I am not the best person in math in our group, but is this the right score?
Yes, it is. It's a 32-point lead being enjoyed by Manila at the end of the third, 79-47.
But you know, Pasig may be thinking it's bigger than that right now with the way this game has gone. It's Manila, just 12 minutes away from the national finals to meet Cebu to arrange a battle between two great cities. That remains to be seen.
Ang buhok na Hinat Oil, so soft and so smooth. No flyaways. Introducing Best Ever Rejoice with new hair softening hot oil that makes hair so much softer. Nakapaloob till the ends. Lambot hot oil to last hot oil like you've never experienced before. Ang ganda ng forma. Best Ever Rejoice With new hair softening hot oil. Lambot hot oil, tulas hot oil. Ang ganda ng forma.
One taste, I start to giggle.
Hop, skip, jump, run a mile.
Every time there is magnolia, I feel like a child.
Unang tikim ng buko avocado, buong grupo ay nagkagulo.
At mango overload pa, umaabot sa sarap at tuwa.
Ang mahamais ko natik talagang nakakasabik.
Makrem at makulay ang ubi, keso, pastillas. Ang saya ko may ice cream.
Ang sarap ng buhay.
Every time there is magnolia, I feel like a child.
Darlington, the ultimate performance socks. Walang himulmol, the official socks of the NBA.
Wow. Let's talk about an explosion by the Metro Stars in the first and in the third quarter. And for you to score only 24 in 2 quarters, and I'm talking about the second and the third quarter for the Pirates, for a total of 47 rather, ang baba niyan.
Kahit ano bang calculator ang gamitin mo, no? Manila just running away with this game, at least up to now, until a major solution comes up. A major scoring spree happens for Pasig Rizal. 47 points. Pasig Rizal is a new playoffs low after 3 quarters. Previous low was a 49 in the Soxorgen Iloilo game series at Antique.
And Camazo buries a baseline jumper. Some numbers will show that Pasig shot only 27% in the third as compared to the 65% of Manila. And you know,
yes, go ahead, please.
rebounding wise, we're talking about the all-important rebounding department, 14 against 4. 6 coming off the offensive glass for the Manila Metro Stars, and in all other departments, steals, turnover points, and fast break points, they have blanked Pasig, and they went on to score 12 turnover points. Seb, that's the story of the third.
Danny, nasabi mo na hindi tumayo na si Joel Banal nung last huddle. I'd like to confirm that with Alex. Alex Santos? Go ahead, Alex.
Yes, Seb, wala nang masabi itong si Coach Banal. Well, lahat ng kanyang mga instructions ay nabanggit na niya. Lahat ng mga dapat nilang gawin ay pinapagawa na sa lahat ng mga players niya. Kaya nagmamakaawa na itong si Coach Banal sa kanyang mga players. Nagawin natin to just like what they did nung game nila with Pampanga na behind sila by 20 points, kaya pa rin natin humabol dito. Now, ang napapansin ko rin dito, De Guzman only. Dito lang siya nakatira ng 3 points and marami sa kanila ang off-man like Briones and also itong si Benedicto hindi pa nakapuntos ng 3 points para maibsan malantong puntos ng Manila. Sir Dan Baptiste.
And significantly so, Alex, pati si Ravenna has been ice cold. And Camaso continues with the rampage here. Rebound by Briones. 34-point lead.
And the ball will now go to the Manila Metro Stars. Pabalik tayo dun sa report ni Alex Santos. Ano mo yung sinabi ni Coach Joel Banal? They have prepared for this game. And all they have to do is let the players play on the court. They know what to do it. The coach can only do so much.
This has not been the best weekend for Pasig Rizal,
Yes.
Danny. You know, they're really not accustomed to playing here, although they did take game 1, Danny. Camaso. No. And a loose ball foul. .46 to go. James Clausen is also brought back into the ball game. I see Francis Adriano preparing to step in. And Joel Banal still trying to coach here. calls a timeout. We'll take this short break, but return very quickly for the continuation of this Game 5.
The 1999 MBA Conference Finals is brought to you by Jollibee.
Nice and flat. Philips Matchline Real Flat TV. The art of watching.
Hello, mahal. Ang galing niya. Size 10, ha? Size 10. I miss you, anak.
Pinas hanggang Amerika, tawag ng puso ay isa. 10, 5, 17.
Basta collect call sa Amerika, Sprint 10517 na.
Sa 10, 5, 17, para na rin silang kapiling.
Talanghap sarap goodness of 100% pure beef, cheese, mushrooms, and bacon excites you bite after bite. New Jollibee Cheese and Bacon Mushroom.
Madunaw ka sa sarap.
Paddock's Jeans, a legend on its own.
85-49. No, you did not. Nothing's wrong with your hearing. It is 85-49. 36-point lead. Plaza to Briones. You know, the MBA for 1998 started with 15 teams, 12 original members, 3 expansion teams, and now 13 of those 15 teams are on the sidelines. And we will be left starting the 27th of November with only 2, the champion of the North and the champion of the South. And if all indications hold true in this game, it looks like the stage has been set for a Manila-Cebu National Finals.
That's going to be a very big showdown, Seb.
Until a major miracle happens here. 8:46 to go. There's nothing that can get in the way of Manila moving into those finals. Something that they wanted to achieve, Danny. Something that was denied of them last year when they lost to Pampanga in the Northern Conference Finals. For Pasig, another year of falling short, but a little overachievement on their part. They did not manage to get into the Northern Conference Finals last year, although they did have a good record as well. Alex, let's go to you.
Yes, Seb, malungkot itong lumapit sa akin si Bong Ravena sa akin at binanggit niya sa akin na walang dapat sisihin para dito kay Coach Banal. Lahat ng ginawa niya ay tama. Yung lamang, sabi niya, kami ang may mali dito. Hindi namin sinunod. Lahat ng instructions ni Coach Banal, both defense and offense, sinabi niya sa akin dito. At napakalungkot para kay Bong Ravena at hindi siya nakakontribute para sa kanyang team ngayon. Seb, Dan, back to you.
If the expression putting everything into a nutshell was apropos, Alex did that exactly and beautifully so. And Ravena, being a professional, also knowing that this was not exactly his best day in the office, quick to admit that maybe the fault was also his partly.
And what a way to put it, no? Sinabi nga niya, walang kasalanan si Coach Joel Banal. He's done everything. We wouldn't have reached this phase kung hindi talaga para kay Coach Joel Banal. Pero dito nga, yung mga malalaro, they are the ones scoring the points and playing the game.
34-point lead. You might be wondering, as we watch this bust out, De La Rosa not passing off to Brown at the last moment, might be thinking that we're writing finish to this already with still 7:42 to go. But you and I, we've been together covering basketball. All of you out there in the audience, we've been together watching basketball. You get the sense of something that's impending, that's about to happen as early as the third quarter when really Pasig could not get going, Danny.
Yes, and after scoring only 12 points in the third quarter and getting to the fourth, it was already a big lead that was enjoyed by the Manila Metro Stars. And getting here into the fourth, sabihin na natin, nakikita mo naman, si Bong Ravena nasa bench na ng Pasig Rizal ngayon.
7 minutes to go. Here's Camaso slowing it down. Here's Adriano sprinting, eager for a basket, but he dishes off at the last moment, and even that play does not work. Here's Brown. Brown, there may have been a foul there, gentlemen.
And no foul was called yet. Naging free-flowing na yung laro natin, ano?
Yes. Ano pa? De La Rosa.
That's going to be number 3 against Ruben De La Rosa. And talk about a free-flowing game. Talagang magiging advantage ng Manila Metro Stars because of their lead. They're just going to try to milk the clock, even if there's still 6 minutes and 49 left.
So I think the week ahead for both Louis Alas as well as Tunichi Ituri is already set. The coaches of the All-Star teams will meet again, Danny. Tunichi Ituri, of course, was coach of the Southern All-Stars, while Louis Alas mentored the North team, and they will meet again. Format of the series, of course, will go 2-3-2, best of 7, with Manila enjoying the home court advantage.
Yes, it's going to be Manila for 2 games, and then we swing over to Cebu City for the next 3 games. And then finally going back to Manila for games 6 and 7.
But you know what? First 2 games dito, mga taga-Sugpo, pupunta dito yan.
You know,
taga-Manila-based, mga Manila-based.
we experienced that during the Negros Manila game, wherein half of this Coliseum were filled by Negrenses.
Mga Negrense, may mga estudyante yan dito. Ako, mga pinsan ko, Negrense. Pero wala akong pinsan Cebuano. In the meantime, I'm sure they will come out and lend their support to the Cebuano team. Tell me what he eats for breakfast. Tell me quick.
I have a strong feeling ito si Don Camaso. Let Ibet Demape eat the same food as what he ate yesterday. That's the reason why. Ito si Ibet Demape, sinabi na nga niya sa atin, wala na sa magagawa.
Pre, ikaw naman. Kapantayan nila ako today eh. Ikaw naman. Sterling performance by Manila. And they will be 4 games away from completing a glorious season. But of course, Cebu will also have those 4 wins in their minds as they try to give the city of Cebu and the entire province of Cebu a taste of the MBA title. But let's focus on Pasig. Pasig with the 2nd best record in the MBA in the regular season. I think the cliche, nothing to be ashamed of, definitely appropriate as of the moment. Joel Banal, I see him coaching 1 more year. Just 1 game just doesn't make an entire season just falling short.
You know, he has set the program for the Pasig Rizal Pirates very well. In fact, sinabi nga natin they wouldn't be reaching the Northern Conference Finals kung hindi talaga maganda yung programa ni Coach Joel Banal. And they are the Division 2 champions.
Yes, indeed. And I think, as we were talking, Joel Banal and I, after that San Juan series, San Juan really bringing out, getting out the best from Pasig Rizal. I really felt that Pasig Rizal would go very far after that losing series with San Juan. But the cards not falling into place here today. 5 minutes to play, and Manila is 5 minutes away from the national finals. Breñas, what more can you say about his role here today? I think one thing that Manila will also bring into the national finals is that they've got a backup also for Breñas with Peter Martin starting it off.
And we've got a layup by Coach Breñas. Breñas now with 8 points. ito yung sinasabi natin, relying on each other. Adupol, who is the superstar of this team, thrusting Jojo Brines on that cut. And of course, Brines finishing it off with a layup.
Does this mean, Danny, that Marvin Francisco, our scorer in the South, will see his brother Jojo Brines again in Cebu? Magkikita na naman sila magkapatid. When you see our scorer, Marvin Francisco, you will understand why we're talking like this.
And I'm sure with Manila's performance today, it has opened the eyes of Coach Louis Alas that he has indeed a lot of other players who can play the game. Not just an Alex Compton or a Romelo Ducol.
Yes, indeed. I'm looking at Louis Alas and beside Romelo Ducol, and they're savoring this moment. But, you know, Danny, there was no doubt that it was going to be, I didn't expect it to be this lopsided, you know. I didn't expect Pasig to just not get going in that third quarter.
You know, parang itong opensa ng Pasig, nag-collapse lamang. And it brings me back to games 4 and 5 wherein they failed to run. That is their, yun ang laro nila, yun ang tema ng kanilang laro. Try to grab the momentum by running.
Brines throws up that shot, nowhere to go. Adriano trying to beat everybody with a dribble. Castillo on the attack. Bishop to Adriano. Even that won't work. Brines is fouled by Castillo. There are drums beating here. And they signify that Manila is starting its march into the national finals, 94-62. We're looking for a new champion this year. Of course, you know that the Pampanga Dragons have been nosed out, eased out by the Manila Metro Stars in their series semifinal round. Shot clock down to 4. De La Rosa, Brines. Big man can tiptoe. And in the entire Manila bench having a laugh over that. Ravenna significantly just 2 points. And 20 remaining. So let's look down the road, Danny. The matchups will be interesting. We have Brown, we have Adupol, we have up against Mitchell as well as Wainwright. We have Demape going up against his kababayan, Demape. We have Camaso, like Calyao is playing well of late.
Stephen Padilla,
yes,
Jordan Hontiveros, Mike Manigo.
Somehow God has a wise plan always, right? It just matches up so beautifully. Interesting, Danny, no? Yung dalawang finalist ng yun ang pumasok niya. Yung dalawang losing finalists, yun ang papasok niya. And Ravenna ends a long drought.
And you know, talking about that matchup for the national championships, sabihin na natin, Manila, a lot of players from the provinces, especially from Cebu, trying their luck here in Manila, but they've got a team also in Cebu, and that's the Cebu Gems. So magandang laban to, magandang matchup to.
We look forward to that. We are just 2 minutes and 18 seconds away from making it official.
Find out if Motolite can withstand excessive vibration, we'll test it with a jackhammer. Galit yan! Yun! Sa kung kita! Mensch, macht die Batterie kaputt! It's designed for the worst road conditions. Start! Matinding torture to! Aandar pa kaya yan? Let's see! Kaya pa rin imported yan? Überzeugend! Convincing daw! Motolite battery, pang matagalan!
There's a world-class refrigerator that can store more food and give instant refreshment in record time. You can even fit food items of all shapes and sizes and know they'll be kept fresh just the way you want them. It's especially designed to last a lifetime, giving you all the convenience and the elegance you deserve. built entirely from 100% environment-friendly materials. All in the new Kelvinator. Great looks, great convenience.
Sa Jollibee, may bagong hit. Jollibee Hot Dog on a Stick. Langhap, sarap na fantastic. Jollibee Hot Dog on a Stick. I-target mo na. Bago mawala.
Agua Vida, pure drinking water, available nationwide.
Back with us here, we are just 2 minutes and 18 seconds away from Manila's imminent victory. Rampage really started at the top of the third quarter. At the end of the first half, it was 47-35, 12-point lead. And then it just ballooned to 37, all of in a wink of an eye.
Grabing explosion ni Gilbert Diramapi dun sa third quarter. After scoring 7 in the first, he was silent in the second, and then in the third, sumabog.
13, no? 13 yung pinakawalan. Briones launches his shot, and they're not just falling for Pasig Rizal here today, even here during scrub time. And we are into the final 2 minutes, brought to you by London Dry Gin. London Dry Gin Junior, now in a nice junior size. London Dry Gin Junior is just right for you. I tell you, I can memorize this after 4 weeks. Nothing we can't memorize. Bob Novales does it even so much better.
Yeah.
Pag si Bob talaga tunog plug, eh, no? Briones launches. Kabang!
94-68 is our score.
This is not really just a score. This is a rout.
I know, and it is a rout in the final game of a best-of-5 series.
Talagang crumble, ano? No can do. Double dribble. Smart try. A minute and 5 seconds remaining. Breñas. And Manila can just waste the clock here. Although 50 seconds pa, no? If you're Louis Alas, your concern here is nobody makes any silly moves as far as injuries are concerned now. They can't help but think about that right now.
Kakailanganin niya lahat ng kanyang manlalaro na, more healthy right now, because of course he'll be missing the services of Chuchu Serrano for the rest of the season. Peter Martin probably will undergo extensive rehab getting into the finals against the Cebu Gems.
And the season of Pasig is drawn to a close. But on the other hand, for Manila, still another series to be played.
And Bong Ravenna will be trooping to his bench. But before doing so, he went near the coaching staff of Manila to congratulate the Manila Metro Stars.
Always has been a decent fellow, si Bong Ravenna.
Kahit ano sabihin mo dyan, mabait na player yan, mabait ang tao.
Alam ni Danny Franciscan dahil kakamping niya yan dati sa national team. 27 seconds na lang po ang nalalabay. Tapos ng boxing. Hindi nga boxing ito, pero that's a common expression. And just a matter of time now. 15 seconds. Shot clock at 2. But the shot clock already off as we're into the final 6 seconds. Coaches embrace. It will be Manila versus Cebu in the national finals of the MBA. Two teams that didn't make it last year now get their chance. And Manila is the Northern Conference champion. They will meet Cebu, and in just a short while we'll make a presentation on the court. But it's just a sterling performance by Manila here today.
Winning convincingly over the Pasig Rizal Pirates, 94-70, and Seb, it's going to be a dream matchup in our national finals. Cebu versus Manila.
And Pia Gonzalez is with our Caltech star player. Name him, my friend.
Of course, somebody who has been held scoreless in the second after scoring 7 points in the first and suddenly exploding with the gesture that wala na siyang magagawa. Si Gilbert Demape, ang ating Caltech star player.
With Pia Gonzalez.
With
Go ahead, Pia.
Okay, Gilbert Demape, Caltech star player natin, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Iba sinasabi ni Seb at saka ni Danny nga kanina, pagkatapos ng first half, ng second quarter, hindi ka masyado nakascore, pero third quarter, doon ka talaga rumatsyada. Saan mo nakuha ang puso mo ng third quarter?
Well, sabi ni Coach, parang i-focus ako niya kailangan gumawa ka sa third quarter sama sa umpisa mo sa first quarter para makinig yung nila, yung depensa para ni Mano ni Alex.
Okay, bilang champion ng Northern Conference, makakatagpo naman ninyo ang Cebu sa National Finals. Alam naman natin na isa kang Cebuano. Anong nararamdaman mo dito sa pagtatagpo nyo sa iyong hometown?
Siguro, proud na proud sa amin, lalo na sa Umapad, sa barangay namin lahat kami dito kami naman sa championship. Kailangan namin focus lang sa finals, national finals.
In your last game against Cebu, hindi ka masyado nakapag-perform. You think mababago ito ngayon?
Una, talagang pressure talaga kasi yung mga crowd. Kasi galing ako doon, parang nangibago ako sa crowd sa MBA. Grabe taga-suporta sa Cebuano sa Cebu Gym. Kaya sa sunod, kailangan masanay na ako.
Okay, good luck rin sa'yo sa finals. Gilbert Demape, ang ating Caltech star player. Ngayon, pumalik tayo kay Seb at kay Danny.
Thank you very much as we look at the joyous, happy, jubilant, name it. They're enjoying the moment. Pero hindi pa tapos ang trabaho nila, no, Danny?
Oh, I'm sure they're going to celebrate for a day or two and then go back to the drawing board. And both coaches, I'm sure, we're talking about Benicio Turi and Coach Louis Alas, will have to do their homeworks against each other. They can only celebrate for just a few days, probably a day or two. And in fact, even during their celebration, kailangan mag-ingat-ingat sila na huwag siyempre mapagod at magpuyat yung kanilang malalaro. Kasi iba na to. We're talking about the national finals.
Okay, and Pia, quickly, let's go to you. Go to the winning coach.
Okay, yung winning coach natin si Coach Louis Alas ng Metro Stars. Coach, hindi ka ba ever nagduda na makukuha ninyo ang ang Northern Conference Championship?
Kung may huling tao na magdududa sa capability ng mga players na to, ako na yun. At alam ko hindi mangyayari yun. Whatever happen, I believe in their capability.
Okay, congratulations si Coach Louis Alas, ang winning coach natin. Balikan natin ngayon si Seb at si Danny.
Maraming salamat, Pia, at proud daddy there. His son with him. Maglang sumasama sa atin sa biyahe-biyahe sa MBA. Pero, okay, nabawasan na tayo ng biyahe. Dalawa na lang ang patutungan. Manila, Cebu. At should be a great series as with Mr. Bert Lina there, our chairman of the MRBI, helping to make the presentation of the championship trophy of the North.
Alam mo, mautak ito si Coach Louis Alas. Ang gumawa niya, pumuesto na kaagad siya.
Siyempre.
Kasi pagka inaward mo yan na nakatayo,
wala.
Magkakagulo niya yan.
Pupus ka ron. At wala naman sasagasa kay Mr. Bert, ano?
Of course, and congratulations to the Manila Metro Stars. Grabe rin yung naranasan nila. A 5-game series, hindi biro. To go into a game 5 with all the
Sa
pressure.
Pampanga, 4 games, Mabot ng 4, Okay, Danny and I will take a break. Manila is the Northern Conference champion. We'll take a short break and wrap this all up with a nice ribbon just after this.
Cigarette. Ang sarap ng bakang dahan-dahang pinalambot hanggang halos matunaw sa bibig ay nasa Maggie
rich Mami Noodles beef. Ngayon, mas pinasarap. May linamnam na sa bawat langhap. At sa bawat tikim, malalaman mong wala nang mas baka pa.
Mami, ang sarap, 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 sarap.
Very rich Mami Noodles beef. Bakang pagkasarap-sarap.
You'll get that makeover pag natanggal ang tikwas at buhaghan. Buhok ay kalinis tingnan sa first and only mild 2-in-1. New Ivory Moisturizing 2-in-1. May ultra-mild moisture plus. Daigang ordinary shampoo sa pagtanggal ng tikwas at buhaghan. Kaya buhok ang linis tingnan. New Ivory Moisturizing 2-in-1. Buhok ay kaganda, ang linis tingnan.
Have you tasted Gilby's? Well, smoother than ever. With a unique blend of 12 natural ingredients. You should come home to Gilby's and taste the difference now.
Panox Jeans, a legend on its own.
This Best Play is brought to you by Milo, the official energy drink.
Demape. Oh, yes! Yes, yes, yes! Take it from there. In the meantime, Pia Gonzalez, we're seeing a more confident Manila team on this floor right now, typified by that play, Pia.
Definitely, Seb. Pero isang bagay din nakapansin-pansin dito sa Metro Stars ay pati nakakaipon sila na isang double-digit lead. Parang medyo nagre-relax sila. Pero sabi nga ni Coach Louie Alex, wala nang lugar para dito.
Okay, napakasaya mga kaibigan dito sa dugout ng Manila Metro Stars winning the Northern Conference title. Well, kasama ko dito ngayon, unang-una naman, ito si Peter Martin. Hindi natin nakita, naglaro ito kanina. But Peter, how do you feel na medyo hindi ka nakasama doon sa game but you won?
Siyempre, kahit paano naiingit ako sa kanila dahil I wanted to be a part of it. But I am still a part of it and just watching from the bench, parang naging proud ako sa mga teammates ko. Sobra silang, talagang yung desire nilang panalo andun talaga. So wala akong masasabi sa kanila. Talagang masaya ako dahil sa panalo namin ngayon.
Yes, yung mga fans mo sa Manila, magtatanong, maglalaro ka ba against Cebu Gem?
Baka next year na ako maglaro. Pero hopefully, baka malaro ko Game 6, Game 7.
Okay, so congratulations kay Peter Martin. Marami pa tayong kakausapin dito. Walang iba. MVP po ng MBA, walang iba. May tokayo. Alex Compton. Well, Alex, now that you get the title, Northern Conference title, how do you feel? Masaya.
It's a great feeling, man. We had so many injuries. May injuries sa tuhod si Chuchu, saka si Pedro, foul trouble, everything. But we overcame it, man. Such a nice feeling. Last year, Nestor injured his knee, so I can't tell you, it's great.
Yes, Alex, you didn't make more points for this particular game, but Gilbert Dimape made a lot of points, so Gilbert is your
Idol ko! Si Ibet! Gilbert!
your new idol, ha?
Gilbert Dimape, ikaw ang aking bayani!
Okay, congratulations, Alex Compton. Congratulations again. Well, walang iba naman dito. Star player po ng NBA, Romel Adukol, Manila Metro Stars. Romel, anong pakiramdam ngayon?
Siyempre, masarap kasi despite na nanggaling kami, na kinabahan kami nung natalo kami sa home court nila, pero at least nakapawi pa rin kami.
Romel, anong prediction mo? Maraming nanonood ng mga Cebuanos, Cebu Gems, mga kalaban ninyo. Sa tingin mo, kaya-kaya ba ito Cebu Gems?
Ayaw ko magsalita, basta gawin lang namin yung nilalaro namin, yung depensa namin, yun lang siguro.
May gusto ka bang batiin, lalo-lalo na dito sa San Andres?
Chef, unang-una, binabati kayo mga nanood ngayon dito. Maraming salamat sa suporta nyo. Tapos yung family ko sa Tuguegarao, Cagayan, yung mga magulang ko doon, mga parents ko. Tapos yung si Asunta, yung girlfriend ko.
Okay, congratulations, Romel Adukol. Napakasaya talaga dito. Manila Metro Stars getting the title Northern Conference. Tuloy pa rin, baka makuryente tayo. Well, Don Camaso, napakagaling ang ginawa mo kanina. Don, anong feeling, Don? Para ka ng robot yan. Well, Don, anong pakiramdam ngayon na nakuha ninyo dahil last year, hindi nyo nakuha?
Ang sarap talaga. Kailangan, ano pa namin sa Cebu, butihan pa namin.
Ano ang hamon mo sa Cebu Gems para sa national final?
Wala, basta maglalaro lang kami ng maayos. Yun, kaya namin yun.
Okay, congratulations, Don Camaso. Marami pa tayong gusto. Sino pa ba? Ito. Kailangan magkomedyante to. Ruben, ano ang nararamdaman mo ngayon? At napakaganda rin ang laro mo kanina.
Okay lang. Siyempre, proud kami kasi sa wakas nakapasok na rin kami ng national finals. Sana tuloy-tuloy na to.
Cebu Gems, ano sa tingin mo?
Siyempre, kaya. Ganun pa rin gagawin namin para mahirapan lang sila. Lalong-lalo malalaki sila. Tsaka kailangan mag-ano na kami. Mag-portig na kami ng magandang namin linalaro. Sana tuloy-tuloy na to.
Okay, congratulations, Ruben De La Rosa, rather. Marami nagsisigawan dito para kay Dimape. Alam ko ito. Gilbert Dimape. Pero mamaya, kakusapin natin to si Gilbert Dimape. Mamaya, magbabalik po ang MBA dito sa San Andres. Masang-masa na ako. Tolya, please!
The langhap-sarap goodness of 100% pure beef, cheese, mushrooms, and bacon excites you bite after bite. New Jollibee Cheese and Bacon Mushroom.
Matunaw ka sa sarap.
The classic taste of Nescafe, the rich creaminess of coffee mate and sugar. All the goodness in one easy-to-prepare Nescafe 3-in-1.
Now it's even better because it's richer, creamier.
Nescafe 3-in-1, the best thing that happened to your office coffee break.
Richer, creamier, Nescafe 3-in-1. I love it. Iba talaga mag-alaga ang Bear Brand sa kalusugan ng pamilya. Ang New Improved Bear Brand ay may dagdag na vitamin A para sa linaw paningin. May dagdag na vitamin B complex pang kontrapagod. May dagdag na vitamin E na pangtanggal tamlay. At may dagdag na iodine pang iwas sakit sa goiter. 4 na health-giving nutrients mula sa New Improved Bear Brand para lalong mas masustansya ang gatas ng pamilya.
One taste, I start to giggle.
Hop, skip, jump, run a mile.
Every time there is Magnolia, I feel like a child.
Unang tikim ng buko avocado, buong grupo'y nagkagulo.
At mango overload pa, umaabot sa sarap at tuwa.
Ang mahamais ko natik talagang nakakasabik.
Makrem at makulay ang ubi, keso, pastillas. Ang saya ko may ice cream.
Ang sarap ng buhay.
Every time there is Magnolia, I feel like a child.
Sa Jollibee, may bagong hit. Jollibee Hot Dog on a Stick. Langhap sarap na fantastic. Jollibee Hot Dog on a Stick. I-target nyo na. Bago mawala.
Just a few more things to do before we wrap things up, and that is the trophy of the Manila Metro Stars for winning the Northern Conference title, arranging a great showdown with Cebu. Okay, Kit Kat winning break muna, and we'll listen to Danny break it down. Sige, roll the tape, Mr. Announcer, and tell us about it.
This winning break is brought to you by Kit Kat. Have a break? Have a Kit Kat.
Alin ito, Dan?
Well, this best typified the attack of the Manila Metro Stars. Alex Compton, he hasn't been scoring pretty well in the series. Pero kita mo naman yung alley-oop pass niya dito kay Cesar Brown. Eksaktong-eksakto. And for me, I chose this as a Kit Kat winning break because it best typified the kind of reliance that they had on each other. No? Ito yung sinasabi natin, trust on your teammates. When you throw that ball up, you know for a fact that he's gonna get it on the other end to put that ball into the hoop.
Meron humihila nung ano natin, parang pinauwi na tayo. Ano? Ewan ko ba, hinihila akong ganun. Artie Flex, King of the Boards, Don Camaso. At maraming award na naman nakuha itong Manila, ano ha?
Oo, a total of 11 rebounds of Don Camaso. 5 coming off the offensive glass, and did you know that 11 is part of the 60 big rebounds of the Manila Metro Stars? Why? Because Pasig, they missed a lot of shots. In fact, their field goal was only 30%, and it gave a chance for the big guys of the Manila Metro Stars to grab those all-important rebounds.
Hindi ba nahihilo yung cameraman natin pag kinukunan yung trophy? Kasi kung ano-anong angulo na ginagano, diba? Baka nahihilo na yan. Pero hindi nakakahilo ang pack ng NBA Budweiser bodies natin. Markado ang diferensya.
Oo, kitang-kita naman natin yung diferensya, no? The inability of Guido Babilonia and Bong Ravenna to come out in a very big game like this, the Game 5 of their Northern Conference Series as against itong si Aducol, who started off hot, 17 points. He'll finish with 17 points. Alex Compton, yung kanyang katambal nga dito sa bodies, no? But more importantly, we've talked about the other bodies in the team of the Manila Metro Stars, and so far, a lot of people have come out to say that we are supporting Alex and Romel.
Let's go back to the very wet Alex Santos.
Okay, maraming salamat, Seb. Tuloy pa rin po ang kasiyahan dito at basaan. Ito, may towel na ako. Itong anak ni Coach Louie Alas, si Christopher and Kenneth. Christopher, ito pa, ano pangalan to? Kevin, dali ka, mamaya. Christopher, anong question mo sa papa mo? Anong masasabi mo rin?
Sana maganda po panalo nila ngayon, tsaka panaluin po nilang 4 na beses sa Cebu Gems.
Ayun, 4 na beses. Well, Coach, nakita ko kanina napakaganda ng laro ng ibang mga players mo na hindi natin ninanais na magandang laro. Just like itong si Briñez, napakagandang laro niya. Nagulat ka ba?
Actually, hindi dahil ang tagal ko ng player niya. Siguro 6 years ko na siya naglalaro sa Las Piñas. Sabi niya sa akin, Coach, ready ako anytime akong gamitin.
Wow. Now, Cebu Gems ito, Coach, ang makakalaban ninyo. Napakagaling na Cebu Gems rin. Hindi rin to pwedeng basta-basta lang laban. Ano ang plano ninyo pagsimula ng laban?
Actually, wala pa eh. Kasi lalabas muna kami ngayong gabi ng mga players. Then mag-start kami sa Tuesday mag-edit ng tape nila.
Okay, Kenneth, ano masasabi mo sa papa mo? What can you say about your father?
I love you, Papa.
Okay, yun lang dapat sabihin. I love you, Papa. At basang-basa na ako. At ito naman, mga kaibigan, si Briñez, mga kaibigan. Napaganda na laro mo kanina. Ano nag-udyok sa'yo para gandahan yung laro dito sa last game?
Hindi, kasi sabi sa amin ni Coach, kailangan manalo na kami dahil support namin ito. Tsaka si Peter, medyo na-injured kaya medyo nag-step up lang yung game, yung laro ko.
Yung pinakita mo kanina, makikita ba ng buong Pilipinas sa laro ninyo against Cebu Gems?
Siguro, pagka bibigyan pa ako ni Coach ng playing time, baka ba.
Okay, congratulations sa'yo. Maraming salamat rin. At congratulations sa Manila Metro Stars. Ayan po mga kaibigan, masaya dito. Basang-basa. At papanoorin natin sila, Cebu Gems and Manila Metro Stars sa National Finals po. Ito po si Alex Santos. Gigreet ko lang po ang aking anak. Hello, Wancho. At yung wife, Joanna. Balik tayo kanila Seb at kay Danny.
Nabasa ka lang, ang dami mo ng binati. Okay, nakakatuwa kayo. Hindi nyo kami ginaganon ngayon. Ang daming...
Marami tayong oras.
Okay, but maraming oras ang dalawang kupunan to prepare for each other. Danny, should be a great series which will start on Saturday. We begin here at the Mail and More Sports Arena. It will be a 2-3-2 format at magsisimula rito. Uy, ready na sila. Meron ba tayong version yan na Pasig kung sakali? Meron yan. Ito ba naman pupunta? Okay, ganda ng matchup dyan.
Oo, ang Cebu Gems will, of course, battle the Northern Conference champions, Manila Metro Stars, and that's going to be here at the Mail and More Sports Arena. Game 1 yan sa November 27, no? At ito na yung umpisa ng ating national finals. Itong dalawang taong to, great matchup, Romel Aducol versus Matt Mitchell.
We look forward to seeing you on that particular day. It's been a great run so far, and we still have the promise of 7 games ahead of us. We started with 15, we're down to just 2 teams, and we have to find out who will be our national champion.
And we'll have to find out sino yung mabibinyagan ng magandang Pasko, no? Sa dalawa ito, Manila Metro Stars o di kaya ang Cebu Gems.
Okay, thank you very much, Danny Francisco. In behalf of Pia Gonzalez, and then now, a little more dry Alex Santos. Cesar meant to say thank you for joining us. This is your MBA.
They are taller. Mas expressive ang fans sila. More importantly, nabawasan pa ang lineup ng kalaban dahil sa injuries. But despite the obvious advantages, perception remains, underdogs pa rin po dito sa sering ito ang Cebu Gems. Hindi po naapektuhan ang Cebu Gems dito dahil isa lamang po kanilang pakay sa pagbisita dito sa Manila para sa Game 1 at Game 2. Ang manalo na kahit minsan dito sa Mail and More San Andres at nang mas madali ang kanilang haharaping challenge sa pagdating nila sa kanilang sariling home court. Ngayon nasa home stretch na po ang MBA 99. Wala na pong panahon para mag-relax itong Cebu Gems. From tip-off hanggang final buzzer, ayon pa sa mga Cebuanos, daog na.
Sa dagat ng Manila na kapaskil, the Metro Stars must outwork every team in the country, and so far they have outdone every team in the North. However, this team with a Northern Conference crown and the spectacular regular season record will be entering the all-important NBA National Finals with an incomplete lineup. Both Chuchu Serrano and Peter Martin, important cogs in their well-oiled machine, will be missing the series due to serious knee injuries, while the rest of the team are suffering from minor aches and pains due to year-long wear and tear. In fact, in the conference finals, si Coach Luis Alas ay nagsubok na medyo bagal-bagalan ang mga ensayo ng Metro Stars na hindi sila masyadong mapagod. However, this resulted in sluggish starts for their games, and so the Metro Stars are now back to back-breaking hard practices with a lot of running para paghanda ng ang mabilis na laro ng Cebu Gems. And so entering Game 1 today in the MBA National Finals, the question that is uppermost in the Metro Stars fans' minds is this hard-working team actually overworked?